Welcome everybody to SHOT Show 2025. We're in the Byrna booth, and our first big announcement of the show is our partnership with the USCCA. And if you're not familiar with the USCCA, they provide the world-class insurance for firearms owners or anybody that's had to defend themselves, whether it's with a 6-iron, a baseball bat, or a Byrna. And we felt like it was a great opportunity for us to come together as a group, bring our collective customer bases together to really proliferate what we're doing here on the self-defense stage. And I want to take a moment to let the gentlemen introduce themselves, and we'll have this lively conversation why this partnership is so critical in the space. So.
Absolutely. I'm Franklin Cole. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Delta Defense in the USCCA, and we're honored to be here with you celebrating this partnership today.
Yeah, I'm Brian Gans. I'm the CEO of Byrna Technologies, and it's really a great pleasure to be here with you guys.
Likewise, my name is Mike Lowney. I'm the president of Delta Defense. We're the operator behind the U.S. Concealed Carry Association, and couldn't be more proud to be sitting next to you guys. This is truly an amazing day for individuals who are looking to protect themselves. From my standpoint, just to jump into it, so we pride ourselves on developing world-class education training and complement that with self-defense liability insurance. It's one of our benefits for our product. And what Byrna has successfully done is they've begun to bridge the gap. Carrying a firearm lethally is something that is a big choice for many, many people. And Byrna has now created this bridge that allows individuals who may have been scared or trepidatious as it relates to conflicting harm on an individual who may be looking to attack them. Byrna has now taken that decision out where it is less lethal, and I think this is a tremendous opportunity for the country. I think the uptick in this is going to be significant, and it's truly amazing. So great job, guys.
Yeah, I feel the same way. While we believe, and part of our history is we believe the firearm is the most effective tool for self-defense, and yet there's a force continuum, and there are non-permissive environments where you simply can't carry a firearm, and there are people who aren't comfortable with it yet. And so, as a standoff, less lethal option, we put Byrna to the test. Our director of education and training, Rob Chadwick, who spent 30 years in law enforcement, he flew out and worked with one of our training partners, Mike O'Dowd, who is a 9-year Navy SEAL, and they put it to the test. Mike was actually attacking people, and they used the Byrna in defense, and he did not enjoy the process of getting shot in the chest. I'll tell you that. And so, we really put it to the test because we want to make sure, is this the right tool for self-defense? And we believe that it is an excellent tool for self-defense.
Thank you, Franklin. The first time we met, they asked, what percentage of Byrna's customers are gun owners? And I kind of jokingly said, 2/3 are gun owners and 1/3 wish they were gun owners. But it's sort of only a joke because society is really broken down into two different types of people. Those that are going to defend themselves and their family, and those that are going to look for somebody else to defend themselves and their family. We are all gun owners, and but we wanted to give our customers something lower down on the continuum of force, as you said, because the thing that makes Byrna and Delta Defense or USCCA so similar is that we represent responsible gun owners. I started Byrna after an experience that I had maybe a decade ago. I was involved in a road rage incident. I was driving my Audi R8, admittedly like a jerk, and somebody got right on my tail, and as I sped up, he sped up, and as I slowed down, he slowed down, and I got nervous, and I pulled over to the side of the road. And I'm thinking that he's going to go around me, but he doesn't. He pulls in right behind me, he gets out of the car. And this guy was bigger, stronger, younger, angrier than me. And I've got my Glock 19, my 9mm in the glove box, and I'm thinking, do I get out of the car with my gun? And I said, you know what, nothing good can happen from getting out of the car with my gun. And I got out of the car without my gun, and it was a mistake. because this guy came after me and he put me down and he really hurt me. Now, in retrospect, I'm glad I didn't take the life of somebody that didn't have a gun, but it made me understand the limitations and the need for something further down on the continuum of force, because if I had used a gun, my life would have changed forever. And that was really the genesis of Byrna, because if I had had the Byrna at that time, I would have been able to stop him. And we are so grateful to be able to introduce this continuum of force to the customers of Delta Defense. And I think it's just a great partnership. I could not be more excited for what we're doing together.
And also from our perspective, we want to provide a service to our customers. And people buy our launchers and to defend themselves, but they don't realize there's repercussions to everything. And so everything's so litigious now that you need that protection. And so when we talk about the USCCA and to our customers through our digital communications or at our retail stores, they're like, "Wow, I didn't even know that." That makes a lot of sense. And Bryan and I are members. And I mentioned I've been a member for 7 years when I went into the firearms industry.
Appreciate that.
Of course, but it's a no-brainer. So we were talking earlier, like I just have mine on auto renew, like whatever it is, just do it, because it's just as important as my auto insurance or my home insurance. Is you want to make sure that you know what you're doing when you go down this path, and I'm not going to be a victim, and I'm going to defend myself and the people I love, but I want to make sure I have a team behind me when all the dust settles. And that's the confidence I get with the membership of the USCCA, and we want to make sure our customers know that as well.
See, one of the things that I think is really important about this relationship is it's like peanut butter and jelly.
Right.
You guys create the product, you move the product, we move responsibility. So USCCA prides itself on you provide this amazing tool for individuals to protect themselves, right? And for many people, when it comes to taking a life, they pause and they freeze. With this tool, it takes that action completely out. There is no more second guessing. Do I do this? Do I not do that? And the situation that you described, which is horrific, and there's millions of people that experience something very much like that. Had you had, your firearm, your pistol, you don't know what you would have done, because in your mind you were thinking, do I take this individual's life? That is no longer a question. And now, with us, we've got over 8,000 instructors across the country that we're going to be rolling out a less lethal training program, which this tool is going to fit very nicely into that fold. And so we have the opportunity to educate more individuals with a product like yours, which I think is going to be a great next step for most people who've taken no action to this point.
And then to that point, and what Franklin was mentioning about force continuum, of course law enforcement has to do it, and force continuum, for the folks that aren't aware, verbal, less lethal, lethal. And you follow that protocol, life is going to be a lot easier for you. We recommend the same for civilians. So someone's in your home, get out of my house. Deploy less lethal, and it escalates to a lethal shoot where someone loses a life or he gets seriously injured. You're going to be in court, criminal and for sure civil. And this is what your lawyer is going to say in the court of law on your behalf. Next, my USCCA lawyer, right? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client had intruders in his home. He verbally commanded them to leave. Unfortunately, they did not comply. He then deployed less lethal. It was never his intention to take a life. He went out and bought a Byrna for that very reason. Unfortunately, they did not comply. And in facing imminent threat and in fear of his safety and those in his home, he had no choice but to elevate to lethal force. And that, combined with your support in the insurance, makes that journey a lot less arduous than if you were to shoot a lethal round first and that DEA looks across the way and says, my client was unarmed, he mistaken your house for his house, and now it's your word against his. And who made you judge, jury, and executioner, Mr. Plaintiff? And then anyone that does, a third-rate lawyer can do due diligence on your assets. And then they see, especially in Bryan's garage, all the toys he's got, they're going to sink their teeth into him. And that's going to be very painful to watch and experience. And in the gun world, because we're gun owners, obviously, there's that popular saying, I'd rather be carried out by 6 than judged by 12. We like to add an amendment to that line, and it says, those 12 are going to bury you alive. You're going to wish you were dead. And so the whole union of Byrna, USCCA, fire common sense gun owners, it makes all the sense in the world. I'm glad we're here now to really announce the partnership and tell the world about why all of this is so important, you know?
And also all of the training that you guys provide. You know, we've got our law enforcement team here with us. They do a lot of training, and they said something to me which has always stuck with me, which is, you know, when you're in that situation, nobody rises to the occasion. They fall back on their training. And without training, you're really lost. So we really try to educate our folks, but being partners with you guys with such a phenomenal training program, I think is really going to be an enormous benefit for our customers.
I couldn't agree more. Together, I think we have the opportunity to do some really great things for this country. Appreciate
Thank you.
you.
Of course.
Thanks a lot.
Franklin, so nice to see you again, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.